Well, I didn't forget this time. I almost forgot. I was gonna come to y'all. I'm building another quail cage. Neighbor down the road called me and said he knew somebody with, I think I got 9 quail this morning. Said he wanted to get rid of them. And I was like, yeah. So he sold them to me for $5 a bird. And now I got to build more room because I'm wanting about 20 to 30 laying hens so that we got plenty to pickle eggs at a time. You know, sort of tired of collecting eggs for 2 or 3 weeks and only getting 4 or 5 pint jars. So I'm thinking if I get somewhere around 20, 30 hens, I'll do pretty good. Right now I'm getting somewhere between 6 and 10 a day. My little baby chicks that I got, they're starting to lay, so they must be getting close to 8 weeks old. But I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to make it 4 foot wide. I'm going to have a 2 foot bay and a 2 foot, and it's 14 feet long. But the part that the birds are in are only going to be 10 foot. And then I'm going to have 4 foot sitting out here to put waterers on and so on and so forth like that. I'm thinking about leaving it overhang 2 foot on this end and 2 foot on that end. That way I can just have a 5-gallon bucket of water there and a 5-gallon bucket of water there and just put waterers here and not have to run a hose down the middle and waste that money. Because it's going to be 2 foot by 5 foot, 2 foot by 5 foot, and 2 foot by 5 foot, 2 foot by 5 foot roughly. And I'm only gonna put probably 10, 15 birds in there. I may end up putting more than that, but I feel like 10, 15 birds in each one will be plenty. And you know, that'll give me around 40, 50 birds. And that'll probably be about all I really want. And I'm probably gonna make these my ones that I get my eggs out of. And I'm gonna take my little pen back, and that'll be my coil birds, where I can swap my males out, put my young ones in there, let them grow up, and then put them in here. And I may build some more, another pen or two like this here, if the quail eggs do good, just so I got plenty of birds. You know, I mean, if I needed 100 quail, that'd be fine. But anyways, I'm using 2x6s since it's so long. I could have got by with 2x4s because it's not like it's going to be much weight. And the other thing is I'm going to make the cage only 12 inches high. My other one is 2 foot, and I don't really need that space. And by making it 12 inches, I can take one of my rolls of wire and I can cut it in half. And I got 30-inch wire. I got 1/2-inch hardware cloth for the bottom. Then on the sides I got what I call rabbit wire. It's like 1/2 inch by 1 inch. It's made a little tougher. It's like welded, galvanized, and it's 30 inches. So I can cut it in half, and that'll be 15. Well, by doing that, I can put like 2.5 inches down here and 2.5 up on the top and staple it together, and have a little lap in it. So, you know, just something to think about. Not that it really matters. My pins are still going to be bigger than 12 inches tall. Just, they're not going to be 2 foot. They're going to be, it'll probably be around about 17, 18 inches if you include inside of there. So, you know, just something to think about. But I'm fixing to get back to building it. I'm just gonna bring you in, show you what I done. I'm fixing to nail this up, cut some more 2x6s and nail them up, and then I'll be back and show you what I've done. We'll see you in a minute. Well, I told y'all I forget to videotape whenever I'm building something. I out here by myself and just got the building, and I forget to videotape. I'm not used to it. But anyways, this is what I come up with. What I did was I laid my 2x4, you know, a 2x4 here, 2x4 here, 2x4 here, and then I laid a 2x6 at the top and nailed it. I just flushed them up with every board, put one at the end, one at that end. That one's 7 foot because the 2x6 is 14 feet. Then I come down and I'm pretty sure it's 18 inches. Hang on one second. Yeah, I come down and it's 18 inches from the top of the 2x6 to the top of the 2x6. And I did the same thing. That's 7 foot from the ends and went in. And then what I did was I stood that one up. I pulled the tractor up here and I leaned it up against that fork. I mean that post and a tractor fork on this end just so it roughly stand up. And then I cut these 2x6s right here. I done built this other side too, and it was just laying on the ground, but I cut these 2x6s. They're 3 foot 9 inches, and I nailed them on there. And then I took a board and I put it right there so that this would sort of stand up straight and it sort of balance. And then I took another 2x6 and I put it at an angle from there to the ground like that and nailed it so it'd stay roughly level. And all I did was I come in 2 foot from each end and I made a mark. You can probably see, you can see the pencil mark, and I just lined it up. I shot nails in there, shot nails in there, did all that. And then I cut this board. I think it's 9 foot 9 because this is 10 feet. I did that, and then come in, cut these boards. They are, let me measure, can't remember everything. They're like 21.5 inches or something like that. You'll have to measure it to see for yourself. But put that in. All the hardware cloth they had at Lowe's was 2 foot. They had 3 foot, but they didn't have a 4 foot piece, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So then I rolled out my hardware cloth, and you'll have a little extra, and I had to snip it off. But when you put this hardware cloth down, I'll show you on this end, that way you ain't by the generator and fans and all that. But when you do that, I took and drew me a line, and you can't see it because of the boards on top of it, but that's like dead 2 foot. I mean, I may be off, but I did that, and I put my hardware cloth right here, and I shot a couple staples just on this one side. Then I took my gun like down to the other end, and I rolled my hardware cloth out, and then I lined it up there, made sure it fit both sides good, and then I shot it there and shot across, and I shot down the outside here, and I shot all the way down. Then I did the same thing on the other side. I lined it up, went down there, you know, I shot a couple here, went all the way down there, shot that side, and then I come back in the middle and I shot the middles. That way I wasn't wasting a lot of staples, because I overlapped my hardware cloth, as you can tell right there, and I can shoot one staple in and take care of it. And I shot my staples every couple inches or something. This is 1/2 inch hardware cloth, so you know, 2 inches, something like that. I didn't really measure. I shot and shot way too many. And I think them are 7/8 inch staples I put on there. Well, when I got done rolling that out, I come back and I put this header in because I wanted it open so I wouldn't beat my head on nothing or anything like that. Put it in. It's another board just like that, 3 foot 9, I think is what it is. Then I cut these. These are about 12 inches, give or take, depending on how good you are at doing it. I cut 6 of them 12 inches, and I had to come back and cut a saw blade or 2 off of a couple of them because they're not perfect. And I'm using rough cut lumber, and ain't none of that just perfect, but it's good enough for quail. The next thing I'm gonna do, I've already started working on it, is it may be a little hard to hear me when I get down here by this, is I'm cutting my 2x4s, And the best way to get your measurement on that, these 2x4s are gonna run straight down the middle, and I'm gonna nail my wire to it. But sorry for the terrible camera, but to get your best measurement like that, what I do is I know I need 18 inches, so I pull my tape, because this is rough cut material, but it's very close. It's 7 inches. So I need to cut 11-inch blocks, and I'm gonna do it again just like I built the other. I'm gonna put a block here, I'm gonna put one in the middle and one down there, and then I'm gonna staple my hardware cloth on it. I can pick it up, put it over the top, put it in there, and I'm gonna do that. Now, if you want to make 4 compartments, you can. All you got to do is put some in there, and you'll be good. But what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna leave these 2 sides open. I'm gonna put like a 2-foot door in here and a 2-foot door in there, and I'm gonna have waterers right here. I'm gonna make that solid wood and that solid wood, and it's gonna be wire mesh in the middle. I don't really guess you'd have to if you're not in a terribly hot climate. These birds like it warm. I mean, we're down here in 95 to 100 degree weather, and I'd rather have a little air blow through if it's possible. So I do that. Then in the winter time, you can always drape a tarp, or like me, I'll come, and I got plenty of 1x12. Actually, I got a bunch of junk like that right there, and I can just screw it up on the sides. My doors are gonna be just solid wood. I'm not putting any wire in it. I'm just gonna have a little wire here and a little wire there, and have a solid wood door. I'm just gonna take a 1x12 there, put it in, I'm gonna screw me like a 2x4 or something to it so it don't bow. Do that, have it where it can drop straight down, and I'm gonna have a latch on the top and be good to go. I think I'm gonna like that the best. So stick with me. I'm gonna try to piece these videos together, make one long video, and I'll see y'all whenever I get the rest done. It may be when I get it all done, if I don't forget to do something. So anyways, we'll see y'all whenever I get this next part done. Well, I decided I was gonna quit for the night. This is what I was talking about building for the middle. Let me grab my tape measure here. And as you can tell, it's right at 18 inches. It's not gonna hurt a thing. My wire is gonna be 15 inches. So as you can tell right here, you know, I'm gonna have plenty of overhang, and just stick it in there, and good to go. Just one thing you got to make sure is when you do this, make sure you're not too long to fit in there, because if so, you're gonna be in trouble to have to cut this off with nails sticking in it. You know, you have to use a sawzall or something like that. But I put board there, I measured halfway, and put one at the other end. I'm gonna quit for the day. It's getting late. It's about 8 o'clock right now. I gotta go feed animals and all that, but I gotta do that, and I gotta cut my wire anyways. I got these full rolls. Well, I'm gonna show you. This here is, as you can tell, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, and it's good for the bottom. It'll keep anything's feet from falling through. People use it for rabbits and all that. And then on the sides, this costs just a little bit more, but it's 1/2 inch by 1 inch. It's 30 inches, you know, 1/2 inch by 1 inch, 10 feet long. I have a chop saw, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and measure. It's 30 inches long. That's what it says right there. So I'll measure 15 inches over. You can't do it if you have like the skill saw type blade. That's what I run on my chop saw most of the time. So I went and got me a disc blade, and with the disc blade, don't open nothing up, measure it, and then you can just chop this in half and chop that in half, and then you got 4 rolls of 15 inch stuff, and you can put it on there. You can buy the 1/2 inch cloth, get the 2 foot like that and chop it in too also. But I like this heavier stuff for the sides. If they made that heavier stuff for the bottom, I would get it, but your bird's feet and all will fall through there if you try to use that for the bottoms. Or I'm scared they are like quail, they got too small feet. But it'll work out pretty good like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm planning to come in here, and this is 14 feet, so I'm probably gonna cover the entire thing. And I'm gonna make me a little shelf and all on here, and I'm probably gonna I may wall in the sides, I don't know yet, I may not, but I plan to make this solid right down here, and I'm gonna put my water bucket there and everything, and have it where I can put my water in there and then be able to put other stuff on it. And again, I'm just gonna have waters right here, and then down on the other end, and that'll be plenty. I'll put 2 or 3 waters on each side, and they'll be good to go. I ordered some more waters and feeders today, so whenever I get them all in, I'm gonna fix this pen completely up. It'll be next week or the week after before I get all that stuff probably. And I'm gonna set this pen up, and I'm gonna throw all my birds in here. I may try to put them all on one side, I don't know, but they may get to fighting. But I need more room for them. I get too many males in there, you know. They say 1 male per 5 hen, and them little, that's why I was gonna make the whole thing open on, you know, have it halved instead of 4/4, so that I can have multiple males in there, and hopefully I can run somewhere between 20 and 30 females and have me 4 or 5 males in there, and then they can breed and everything and not kill each other, and let your hens and all get a break and all too. Maybe they won't bunch up and everything. But anyways, I'll get back with y'all probably tomorrow on it. I was just gonna show you that part. We'll see you in tomorrow or whenever. All right, I'm back for a little update. I decided to just put 1x12s. Well, that one ain't 12, it's like 9 inches or something across this end, because when the winter time comes, I'm gonna have to block it off a whole lot more to help keep the wind off and keep the birds a little warm. So I just got the wire here, and then in the winter time, I'll just take and put a 1x12 over this side and a 1x12 over that side. Yes, wind can blow up through the bottom, but it'll help the birds a whole lot, I think anyways. I've done it this way before and haven't had a problem. I am thinking about putting 1x12s across here, all the way across, and then put my 10. It will help reduce the heat on them. I tried different things with these little latches here, and I'm not real happy with it. And I think I'm gonna get some different latches to go on here. But my doors are built pretty good. I like them. They all it is I took a 1x12, I cut it 23 inches. My opening's 24. I cut it 23 inches. This is about a 12-inch opening, so I cut it like 11 and a half. And then I took 1x3s. I cut them 26 inches. There's 3 of them, that one, and that one. And I put half an inch off of my 1x12, half an inch off my 1x12, half an inch that way, half an inch that way. Just like that, as you can tell. There's 1.5 inches right across here, all the way around, or pretty close to 1.5. I mean, it ain't perfect, but. And I just nailed them. Took and shot nails in it. Worked real good. I nailed this board, and then I put my hinges on. And I think it turned out real good. And I've had my other quail pens have doors that swing. They swing this way. And I decided I was going to try it swinging down. That way it's wide open. I can get in and do what I want. It may be a mistake by not having a window right there so they can see me come up. If you want a window, all you got to do is frame out with like 2x4s or something, put a piece of wire over it, you know. But my pins are all open. I want it all open right down through here. If you're doing breeding, I would, you know, you're trying to breed your stock more controlled. I would make smaller individual pens and put 1 roux and 4 or 5 hens in there, and swap my roux out every 6 months or something like that, and then swap my hens out every year or 2, and just pick your best ones and do it. But me, I'm just worried about egg production. Don't really care. I'm gonna have roux in there so that I can get eggs. And my thing is, I'm wanting about 20 hens and 3 or 4 roux on this side, and I want to do the same thing on the other side so that we can get at least 20 eggs a day. We should get more than that. These quail lay a little better than, you know, an egg every other day. They probably lay 5 eggs in 7 days, something like that, 4 to 5 eggs per week. Some may lay more than that, but that way we can get plenty of eggs. I'm really tired of right now. We've been getting about 6 to 8 eggs a day. I just went and picked up 9 more quail Saturday, and he's got about 6 females in there, 6 or 7 females at least, and then 1 or 2 roux. And I'm gonna get them separated and all, but I put them in my other pens. But I went with a bigger pen. My other one has 4 bays that are 2 foot by 4 foot, and I think by having a 2 foot by 10 foot bay right here, it'll let roux get away from other roux and let my hens get away. They can all sort of run around in circles or whatever in there, you know, and sort of get away from each other. But yet I got the other. I'm gonna keep my other pen, and whenever I see a roux getting picked on, I'm gonna pull him out and I'm gonna put him in the other pen and leave him in there and make sure he's not a female. If he don't lay an egg within like 2 weeks or something, I'm going to dispatch him probably, because if he's getting picked on, he's probably not a big mature one that you know, not aggressive enough to breed or anything like that, in my opinion. But I don't want to just throw him away either, so we'll dispatch him and eat him and all that kind of good stuff. But I like this. One thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and put a 2x4 underneath here on all the legs, and then down lower I'm gonna nail a 2x4 going across this way, because you probably can't really tell, but it's real wobbly. It just bends and all. And I know it won't shake as bad once you get it on dirt. It's just because it's on concrete, and either the legs ain't cut perfect or the concrete ain't just perfect. But I'll feel a whole lot better like that. Oh yeah, and the whole reason about the latches, I don't know if I said it or not, but I don't really trust them latches. And my personal opinion, I'd rather not have 20 hens in there. Say have $200 worth of birds, and you come out and the door is open and all your birds are out. That's $200. Plus you've lost all your time with your eggs and all that kind of stuff. So why not just, instead of these dollar latches like that, buy some, I'll buy $5 latches. I don't care, you know. I may have to come back and I may get something like, I may get some of these that have the little latch that goes up over the top, and you know, they just cover it up so it don't come out. I'm probably gonna get them. I'm gonna go to Lowe's today. Either that or get some sort of gate latch that latches better. But with your birds, you want something that latches real good. You don't want to take a chance for that coming open. I'm not real impressed with this wire. I got this welded wire. I don't know if this is like a bad batch or something, but the wire is breaking a lot. And I didn't use like no snips or nothing to cut it. Like if I'd have done that and it had been breaking, I understood. I used a grinder to cut it. You see in the video, I used the chop saw, and that did all right. It broke a couple wires here or there, you know, and I understand that because I had to push pretty hard because my motor was hanging up on the roll of wire. But I took a grinder and was cutting these off, and I had some, they lost way back, 5 or 6 of them and all. Well, I'll show you right over here. I mean, look at this. And I didn't do nothing to that. They just peeled up on it. I mean, this is extra, I guess you can say, but it did pretty bad. You know, even like there's that. I mean, I've had several, even on here. I've had some that did like that, and all I did was I took my staple gun and nailed it. And if you're building anything like that, go buy you one of these crown staplers. They're high, but as you can see right here, narrow crown, well, if you can read it in here, narrow crown finish staple. I built these with the little bitty staples and all that you get and have to drive in with a hammer. Do it this way. I think if I'd have had help to stand this up and everything and nail it together the first day, you can build this whole setup probably in 5 hours. You know, if you got 2 people, and let's say, I don't mean this in a bad way, it can be a man or a woman or whatever, but 2 men that know how to build and all that kind of stuff, somebody can cut and then go over there and help them nail it some, you know, do the little stuff here or there. There's no reason why 5 man hours you can't have something like this knocked out, you know. It's a lot of wood, a lot of expense. I had $150. We're gonna say 120 because I didn't use one roll of wire. There's $120 just in wire and hinges. I'm gonna go buy some different latches. Well, then I'm gonna put 6 sheets of tin across here, I think. I'm gonna put the 1x up there. This would be a very, very expensive. Like if I was gonna sell this, it would probably cost it'd probably cost somewhere around 600 bucks or so. Because you'll have every bit of $200 in tin and wire and hinges at least. And then you got your nails and the wood that's involved in it. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 2x6s, 16 foot long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, then 4, 5. I don't know, probably 6 or 7 2x4s, 10 foot long. Then the 1x12s, put 1x12s across there, which you don't have to put the 1x12s on the top. I'm just gonna do it to help keep the heat off the birds. Since we're down here in the south, I'm gonna try to keep it in the shade, but I would say you'd probably have $200 or $300 in lumber. Now this isn't treated lumber, but if you'll take this and sit it on concrete, like get you some concrete pavers and put under it, it'll last a long time. Or you can burn it, tar it, all that, you know, it don't really matter. It'll help extend the life of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once I get it finished up and get it moved out, I may make a finished video on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put me some runners across here to put. I'm gonna have my water tank here with some waters on this end and do the same thing over there. I'm just gonna put me 2 5-gallon buckets in and run it with it. I'm gonna have a feeder inside this door and a feeder inside that door. They'll have plenty of feed. You can probably put 20-30 birds in there and it ain't gonna hurt nothing. If they got overcrowding, you'll know because they get picked on too much, but shouldn't have too much trouble. But anyways, if I get it finished up, I'll either put the top whenever I got it set up on this, or more than likely I'll probably make another video in a few days or a week and show with it completely fixed up with the birds in it and all that. I'm waiting on my waterers to come in. Oh yeah, this here, I didn't think about that. It's 18 inches from there to there, and that's, I wanted just like 12 or 15 inches, but I sort of like it a little bigger like this. And the whole reason is you want to make it big enough that you yourself can get in here. I'm gonna turn it around. You can get in here and work on something. You know, I can get in like this and work on this over here. It's a little tight, but you know, 2 foot by 1 foot is pretty good room. Now if you're chasing birds and all, I'm probably gonna make some sort of 1x12 or something and just have it where I can stick it up in the middle, run all the birds down there, stand it up, and then I can get down there and catch them, you know. But you just gotta use your imagination on this stuff. That one there would probably be plenty of tight, but I still don't like the thought that something could knock it and bump it open. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video here for now anyways, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, I got the new quail pen up here, and we got it moved and all. You can tell this is the old one, that's the new one. It's built very similar, just the new one's longer and a little shorter. This one's got 2 foot. I built it different. This is all built out of treated, as you can tell, and I just ripped 2x4s down, made doors. Doors work fine and all. I will tell you one problem with the number of quail I got in here. I'm starting to open the doors. When you only got 5 or 6 quail in, they stay back, but I'm having quail fall out. Then I got to catch them and everything. So I'm hoping by having it open the whole way, which I could take out a divider in here if I really wanted to and make it open like that, but I don't really want to do it. I want to have this pen separated so I can have babies or sick quail or whatever, you know, and change them out like that. But I got it done. I came in and I put another 2x4 underneath there, put that across so it'd be a little more stable. And I changed the whole latch. I put barrel latches in. I couldn't find the ones I was wanting, and I like this pretty good. I think it's gonna work fine for me. I'm gonna take and put my waterers in down here, and I'm gonna take like conduit couplings and screw it in. I'm gonna put like 3 waterers across each end, 3 here, and then all the way down there put 3. And I plan to put like a feeder right here inside the door, inside of each door. And I'm hoping that I like the barrel bolt. I didn't put that on there because I was having a hard time getting it lined up and it working just right, because this is rough cut wood and it's different thicknesses and it didn't want to do right. But that'll be perfectly fine. Just shove it down, shove it over, it'll be latched. But anyways, back to what I was gonna say. I'm hoping that whenever I come in here to get eggs and all, I can sort of shoo them down there, pick up the eggs and all that, and they won't fall out the door. And the same way down here. If I gotta go down here, I can sort of shoo them back down that way, and they won't be trying to fall out, jump out the door. Because when you have a 4-foot opening, a 4-foot pen like this, and you got a 2-foot door, well, you only got a foot here and a foot there. Usually they go towards the back, but every now and then you'll have them that come up and they want to run around just like this one here and fall out. I just had to get this little gray and white one a while ago. It jumped out, fell out. I think it more or less falls out than jumping, but you know, they're used to walking on this wire down here and they can't tell the difference between it and there ain't no wire here, really. I mean, I'm sure they can see the wire, but they really don't see the wire. So, you know, they fall out. But, yeah, I did that. We put 1x12s all the way down through there, as you can tell. And then on each end, I come in. That's a 2x4, 2 foot long. It goes up underneath there. Then we took 2x4s. And on this side, we just started, and I put a 1-inch board in between each of these. Went up, it's a little bigger gap down there. It don't all line up just perfect, but hey, it's a quail pen, you know. Then I can put my 5-gallon water bucket on this end and plumb it through into there and to the other side, and do the same on this end. We learned on this end, I did it from this going out, and this gap's a little bigger. You really can't tell. You can, but you can't tell. And did that. The other side looks exactly the same, just barrel bolts. And it's all one big open pen. I did mess up, and I didn't think this through, and I messed my tin up, because I took my tractor forks and I just picked it up like this, and then there's a 6-inch overhang right here. Well, my forks caught it. Whenever I tilted it back, it slid into it, and it riding a 1/4 mile down the road, it bent my tin. We took a 2x4, 2x6, whatever, beat on it some. It doesn't really matter. There is a crack in it up here. If it starts leaking too much or something and tries to, you know, I notice it on the wood, I'll silicone it or put a new piece of tin on, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And yes, the roof is flat, but I don't have no level ground out here. This pin right here is angled this way and this way just a little. It's not bad, but it is angled like that. There was some old man one time. He was I was trying to build something. I was putting a slant on it. I was putting an inch or two over something like this, and he said, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "Well, I want the rain to run off." He said, "Son, look around. Is there a flat piece of ground out here?" I said, "No." He said, "Are you gonna make the ground flat where you putting it?" I was like, "No, sir." And he was like, "Well, don't worry about it. Just build it." He said, "And if it holds water on top of it, you are one of the luckiest or unluckiest persons you never see in the world, because we live in the hill country. There ain't no flat ground. All of this is a little unlevel." And he's like, "There's enough that it'll drain off." He was like, "Now, if you're building 20 foot or something like that, put you an angle on there." He was like, "A shoot house, a feed trough, anything like that, you know, 5-10 foot, something that don't really matter. If it does leak in, it ain't gonna hurt nothing really." He was like, "Don't worry about it." But the reason why I put the 1x12s underneath there is it'll give it a little insulation also. I don't know if I said that or not, but keep the heat from shining down on it. I did move this one further back underneath the oak trees. That one does get a lot of morning sun, and I'm hoping that this will keep it a little cooler. And I'm planning to eventually move them over there somewhere, or if we get big enough in the quail, I'm probably gonna go over here in the pasture and build me a building, something like this, a little better or whatever, you know, but build a smaller building and build me pens inside. And I'll probably trench across here and have water and electricity and run it out there to it, so that I can have fans in the summertime and sort of wall it up in the winter. What I want to do is build a building like that and have windows in it, then open the windows up and have fans and let them suck fresh air in and out, you know, if the quail business gets big enough. I don't really care if it does get that big or not. If we, you know, raise 100 quail a year, I'm good with that. And, you know, collect 20 to 40 eggs a day, that's plenty. If we can get rid of that many, if we have a hard time getting rid of that many eggs and all, we will cut back on the herd, you know. If I only need 10 eggs a day, we'll just raise 10 eggs a day. If I need 100 eggs a day, we will raise 100 eggs a day if we can. We'll just incubate and get more. But on this pen here, I'm figuring we can run 20 to 30 hens per side. So somewhere between 40 and 60 quail per side. We should be good. I'm gonna try to run 5 hens to 1 roux. So we'll have 4 to 6 roux on each side, plus our 20 to 30 hens. And again, if we only need 20 or so hens, we may just run one side. But I do want to get away from this pen. This is a good pen, but this pen's better for smaller birds. Checking them every day to get eggs out, it's done turned into too much trouble. I've done had too many birds jump out, and old Kit Kat over there will grab them, and I really don't want to get rid of him, but he keep grabbing quail. I'll have to. But anyways, we got this. I can pick this pen up, move it out the way or whatever. Also, we got plenty of sawdust and stuff I can throw underneath there and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that'll conclude this quail pen build, and we'll see you on the next video.